First and foremost, we thank the Creator for another day of life. Despite what's going on in your lives today, it's a blessing to have life, but life isn't sufficient without consciousness, without understanding, without wisdom, without knowledge. Life in itself, without those things, you're just walking, talking zombie. Once a man asked a wise man, he said to him, "Speak to us about work." The wise man answered, saying, "You work that you may keep pace with the earth and the soul of the earth. For if you are to be idle, you will become a stranger unto the seasons, and you will step out of life's procession, the same procession that marches in majesty and in proud submission towards the infinite. When you work, you are a flute through whose heart the whispering of the hours turns to music. Which of you would be a reed, dumb and silent, when everything else sings together in unison? Always you have been told that work is a curse and labor is a misfortune. But what I say to you is that when you work, you fulfill a part of the earth's furthest dream, assigned to you when that dream was born. And in keeping yourself with labor, you are in truth loving life. And to love life through labor is to be intimate with life's most inmost secret. But if you in your pain call birth an affliction, and the support of the flesh a curse written upon your brow, then I answer that not but the sweat of your brow shall wash away that which is written. You have been also told that life is darkness, and in your weariness you echo what was said by the weary. And I say that life is indeed darkness when there is no urge. And all urge is blind when there is no knowledge. And all knowledge is vain when there is no work. And all work is empty when there is no love. But when you work with love, you bind yourself to yourself and to one another and to God. And what is it to work with love? It is to weave the cloth with threads drawn from your heart, even as if your beloved were to wear the clothes. It is to build a house with affection, even as if your beloved were to live in that house. It is to sow seeds with tenderness and reap the harvest with joy, as if your beloved were to eat the fruit. It is to charge all things you fashion with the breath of your own spirit, and to know that all the blessed dead are standing about you and looking over you. Often have I heard you say, as if speaking in sleep, he who works in marble and finds the shape of his own soul in the stone is nobler than he who plows the soil. And he who seizes the rainbow to lay it on a cloth in the likeness of man is more than he who makes the sandals for our feet. But I say, not in sleep, but in the over-wakefulness of the noontide, that the wind speak not more sweetly to the giant oaks than to the least of all the blades of grass. And he alone is great who can turn the voice of the wind into a song made sweeter by his own loving. Work is love made visible. And if you cannot work with love, but only with distaste, then it is better that you should leave your work and sit at the gate of the temple and take alms for those who work with joy. Because if you bake bread with indifference, you bake a bitter bread that feeds but half of man's hunger. And if you grudge while you are crushing the grapes, your grudge will poison the wine. And if you sing though as angels and love not the singing, you will muffle man's ears to the voices of the day and the voices of the night. work with love. You must work with love. The Prophet by Khalil Gibran.